Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to DeathSpank. So it turns out that two of the quests, a side quest and a main quest that we needed to do, are both built around the idea of taking a wooden item and dropping it on a termite pile or in the vicinity of termites in general. So it's not really surprising if you didn't figure that out for one thing, you wouldn't have figured it out for the other thing. So we've got these termites, and then here's a great question to see: when we are in the menu, does the game stop? So we needed them to eat that, and then we need them to also eat this. And inside of that was the box's contents, and then we can just go ahead and kill all these. So now that we have a gear and the box's contents, we can drain this sunken town and reach that area, which potentially might change the water flow for a lot of areas and open up some other sections. If not, then on the far east end game section of the map, we have some paths that I'm gonna have to figure out. I would probably say we feel a little overpowered. We've probably grinded more than is actually necessary. That being said, it's not going to be a big problem by any means, and there still are plenty of creatures that are just really heavy hitters. So even if a crossbolt gun will kill them in a few hits, that may not be enough for some of them. Let's see. We'll just go ahead and spin. And then we'll run around and eat some food. We have 42 cheeseburgers. And by the time I get around to needing to eat the cheeseburgers, well, I think the cheeseburgers might be the maximum health of the entire game. I don't feel like there's enough here to justify a new game plus playing it on a more higher difficulty, because if you were to play this game a second time, you really would just have the same amount of health. Yeah, cheeseburger level 18 foods, and yeah, so there might be a level 20 food. This is the weird area where there's nothing else going on, and you have to press A to enter and exit the level. So we've dammed up the lake. Apparently that's just gonna spin forever. So now that the lake is dammed up, we can get into the lake, hopefully by an easy access pathway, and start fighting the ghosts. And if we can fight all the ghosts and find the bones, then we'll be in a good position. We have like 2 or 3 keys As 1 Bones of the Dead of 15 apparently we need to collect. Yeah, we have like 2 or 3 gold keys, so we might run into some things. Interesting. You have to hold A, and even walking away from it will break the animation. Here we have a kind ghost. Let's talk to the kind ghost first.
Greetings, spectral thing.
DeathSpank, you are the hero we have been waiting for.
Yes,
the ghost kind of looks like
a hero will deliver them from evil.
Golden rubber ducky that's been melted.
I need your help, DeathSpank, to let the souls of this tragic town rest. And by rest, I mean destroyed.
Take note that the good characters are being depicted as girls, and all the bad characters are being depicted as guys, or masculine at least.
The first sigil may be found within the haunted forest in a crypt arch to the west.
There's been no enemies.
The second sigil may be found in a crypt arch
except for the Green Queen that has been that we've fought. Well, we also fought the witch. Not the first witch, but the second witch. So if you break it down by perceived gender, it seems like we fought maybe 2 or 3 specific unique female characters and hundreds, if not thousands, of generic male fathers. Pretty typical for games of this time, and still pretty typical even today. It seems like every time we collect the Bones of the Dead, we are killing some ghost that would wander around this area. Let's grab this orphan.
Are you here to rescue me, mister?
I sure am.
Whee!
Yeah, it is killing a specific ghost. I feel like we may fight something big after we get this last one. I have to use our special sword. But apparently not. Which means we can finally disconnect this sword. Soul-killing sword. We can't grind it, so we might as well put it in our storage to get rid of it later. And what was that quest? It said, let's see, Ward of the Dead. They said it was either to the west or the east in a cave. I didn't see a cave. Let's come over this direction and turn in this other quest. There's still enough ghosts. So we're hardly not gonna fight any of them.
Greetings, nondescript man. I figured out your wooden box puzzle.
Great! Where is box now?
Haha! Being digested inside the belly of a mighty termite.
But I wanted to keep the box. It was magical, you know?
It sure was.
So we've got another piece of equipment that we already out-purchased. Alright, so next quest let's just take a hint here. Western region of the haunted forest. We are... Where's the haunted forest? So I guess we have to go the other direction, just that way. Unless we want to fast travel, which is probably a smart move. And here's the quest. I wonder if he's going to take the sword back.
Greetings, spooky grave digger. Here are the bones of the dead you requested.
Impressive. Thank you for all your help.
That's kind of an abrupt end of everything. Okay. So there's supposed to be a cave in the western region of this area. Which, if there really is a cave in this region, it would be kind of weird. Here, this is shoulders now. So I guess we'll just walk over here and see if we can find a cave. Does anybody see cave? Suppose this is as good of a excuse to grind also. So no cave over that way. And it was the haunted forest, right? It's not the enchanted forest. Yeah, the western region of the haunted forest. You go much further in this direction, you're going to leave the haunted forest completely. I mean, that definitely looks like a cave. But I wouldn't say we're in the haunted forest now, by any means. So that might have been a cave, or it might have been something that they were going to have as a cave. Let's just wander around this way, I guess. That wasn't in a cave by any means. So maybe it said it was a crypt in the western region, and maybe I was misreading that. So, if that's the way this is all gonna play, then it seems almost certain that we're either going to have to use hints like we have enough hints to kind of get all these hints, or we could just wander around. And I'm not sure what the benefit of wandering around is. Yeah, we have no need for money. We have no need for grinding. We aren't gonna get much of a different experience by doing this area for the 4th or 5th time. There's really not a lot to say here. It's just more of the same. I tell you what, we'll go through this section and clean out this section. And see, they just gave me a fortune cookie, so even the game knows they want me to use a fortune cookie and speed this process up. Because this clearly isn't just going to be things in crypts. Otherwise we would have found and collected something here. Alright, so let's use the fortune cookies to get more wards of the dead. Southern region of the haunted forest. Eastern region of the haunted forest. Okay. So somewhere around here. Where are we? Somewhere around here, probably on the other side of this wall. I'm glad the kamikaze people aren't showing up. Alright, so that was the second ward. I suppose you really didn't need to use the fortune cookies, but I'm also fairly certain you don't get penalized at all for using the fortune cookies, and you have plenty of them. And like so many other elements in this game, you really should just use the items that are in the game, because there isn't a lot of game here in the first place. It always kind of sucks when you have like revive potions or like max health potions in a game, and you just never use them because you're always expecting some bigger enemy or some more challenging section. And there never really is that hyper challenging section that you expect to happen. Instead you run into just your average amount of challenge, and most are RPGs, and you can usually beat them with minimum struggle and using a decent amount of potions. So this must be somewhere over here. There it is. So let's go turn in the quests to the ghost, and then we may not have too many more side quests. This is probably going to be a boss fight.
Here is the first piece of the sigil.
Then you are 1/3 the hero we need.
Here is the second piece of the sigil.
They're just gonna play all of these
powerful, DeathSpank.
at the same time.
Here's the last piece of your sigil dealie.
You and your mighty muscles have done well. The sigil has been made whole again. Prepare yourself for the coming fight, and talk to me when you are ready.
Hello again.
Well,
nice
I
ghost
accidentally just hit
lady.
A.
Now that the sigil is reassembled, the spirits of the town are enraged and vulnerable. Take up your weapon, strike them down, and turn them to dust.
Sure, I'm good at killing stuff.
I will now cast a spell to both weaken and attract the tormented ghosts. Prepare yourself.
So she starts a fight, but she's not the person fighting. And I'm just attacking with my life weapon. So I don't have to really use that sword that I put away, which is thank goodness, because if that was the case, then I would have been in trouble. It really does go to show that this is just an afterthought, the idea of having creatures that cannot be killed without either doing a life poison attack or having a special sword, makes these enemies really unbalanced compared to all the others. These guys seem to have some trouble spawning, unlike the other areas where creatures spawning seem to be pretty easy. Maybe it was supposed to be just more of a challenge than it was because I'm so overpowered.
DeathSpank, you have been the hero we knew would come. Go now, knowing you have helped many rest.
Okay. So that then puts us, I think, back on the path to finishing this. Let's see, where's the closest fast travel section? Down here? Okay. Because here we have a 7% amulet. We still have yet to get these rings to actually do the thing that they're supposed to do, which is increase our elemental resistance. So I don't know if the whole thing is just bugged or what. Stun enemies for 8 seconds. Super Thunder Stomp Club, level 7 through 12. Man, it took forever to give us an upgrade that would do that. And then this would do 920 physical and have, we'll go ahead and swap that out. What else? Is there anything else that we can? 475 spinning versus 805 spinning tells me we don't need that. And we don't have enough room in our storage to hold on to lesser versions of things. Not really. Still not really sure what the rubies are for. love have made this ruby cracked in of a little value. So we need to go to the Wizard's Tower, and then we need to get to Turtle Lake to do these side quests. And we may get to the point where finding the other orphans might be a bit of a problem. Like, we've seen one orphan, but it would be kind of silly if we've somehow missed the other orphans. So, Orcish outhouse, web-filled outhouse. Let's see where we are in the map here. This is the cabins for the rich. This is not where we want to be. Bobblewoods outhouse, dumpster outhouse, Pluckmuckle outhouse, Eyeball Trail outhouse. That's where we want to be. Oh, that's a terrible weapon. Alright, so this immediately gets replaced. And this does fine. Yeah, I need to be able to attack things like barrels. Alright. Somewhere around here is the wizard's old mansion. And we've got a bunch of level 1 things. Here we go. It's kind of funny that there's a whole section here that we kind of totally forgot was gated off. I probably only looked at that for like a second. And this whole area is a pretty late game section, so I should be running into something that's a challenge. But I kinda aren't in that. Undeath Curse, Runestone, the melee, Undeath Weapon, and a Thunderstomp Club. Wow, those shots are really curving all over the place. And so the Wizard Tower is not an area you go into. Almost certainly at one point they plan for there to be more buildings that you would go into, and those would be little dungeons. And yeah, this feels like this would have been a path to something else. There's a lot of dead ends we're running into. And we now have let's see, this bling, gilded chest piece of bling, and Helm of Frozen North might be things we're actually trying to hold on to. And then there's a crossbow here that does 313, which is not as good as what we have. Yep. Yeah, it totally feels like we would have gone inside that wizard's tower, and that would have been a good point for the game to have us specifically let's see which way is the closest outhouse. I think it's this way. It would have been a good point for them to give us a ever increasing levels of difficulty. So you'd start on level 1 and fight a bunch of level 1 creatures, and then on level 2 you'd fight slightly fewer level 2 creatures up to maybe 20 levels. We'll take a moment to run over here. And check to see if it's empty. And of course it is. So, here's the helmet of the Frozen North, which is something we were collecting. And I guess we aren't collecting this set. Not that it matters, we have plenty of money. Here we have a crossbow for level 13, where this is level 9. And holding on to those kind of makes sense. Here we have a stun all enemies nearby for 8 seconds versus stun all enemies nearby for 7 seconds. Or 8 seconds versus 5 seconds. Then we have this that does physical damage but not really enough. 16 to 20. This is probably still better than something like this. I'm pretty obviously running out of room. Let's see, this is 6% fire versus 7% fire. What else do we have that we can get rid of? Major armor potions versus awesome armor potions. Major stealth potions versus awesome stealth potions. We're just at 555 on almost everything. Let's see. Let's talk to this guy and see if he's got anything new. I bet he doesn't.
Let's see your weapons selection.
Yeah, it's still the same things. I think we're at the max level. And then that means we need to go to the wizard's outhouse and turn in the wizard's quest. And he's probably going to send us somewhere else to do something else. It seems like he's going to be a consistent quest giver. They're basically running out of things to hand me in these barrels and such.
I have returned with your eyeball recipe.
Oh, but you're going to love this. Wait, that's not right. The eyeball recipe was a bust as well. Which means the bearlope recipe must be the answer.
You invented the bearlopes as well?
What a crazy night that was. I must have left the recipe in my backyard somewhere.
So now they want us to go this direction and find the bearlope. This is going to be kind of important to deal with. The bearlopes are strong attackers, to say the least. Let's take these guys out. Oh man. Well, we may now have to grind our way to get back to all of these characters. We can save ourselves eating a pizza by talking to the guy at least. Well.
Greetings, Wizard of Magic. Here are the bearlope recipe pages.
See, so that heals us and gives us
Well, I suppose I can just wing it. Well, DeathSpank, it turns out that bear lobes aren't the answer either. Maybe if I combine the 3 recipes together. I'm going to need a special ingredient for this to work.
What do you require?
A piece of a unicorn. They live in the enchanted forest. Any piece will do. Your goodness is nasty.
So now we know why we needed to go deal with the unicorns. So, yeah. We are just about at the point where we'll be completely done with this game, because if we get to level 20, I think that's it. Like, I don't think it's gonna let me go any further past level 20. And then that drastically changes the idea of spending any extra effort to even do the side quests. Like, I will want to do the side quests because I'm OCD like that, but there really won't be much motivation or reason to do it. By the time I get out of this whole area, there's a decent chance that I'll have eaten all the pizzas, which is probably for the best. It's time to move up to the next food. These guys don't seem like they really want to respond as much as you would think they would. Okay. And yeah, just gonna clear out this whole area. That was kind of interesting how the audio kicked in, because I shot something and then I killed it in one shot, and then the audio just plays when there's nothing happening. I suppose that happens in a lot of games, so I wouldn't criticize this game too much for doing that. The opposite thing you could do is just as awkward if it just abruptly stopped the music. Alright. So, quest-wise, let's see. Yeah, it looks like there's only 2 more of these. Anyways, quest-wise, a bit of unicorn, and then the turtle stuff. It's kind of all that's left. So I'm gonna go to the Pluckmuckle outhouse, which still needs to be in the middle of the city. It would make so much better sense if it was. And I'm going to get the poop hammer. And we'll take this. And then we'll equip this. Nope, I dropped it. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to equip it to the Y button, not press the Y button. And we're going to use the horseradish sauce on the horseradishes and hope that that works and lets us get some poop out of these unicorns. And then I'm gonna try and kill them all because that makes sense to me. So we have a unicorn turnip, and we have the horseradish sauce. Okay. So I've got one unicorn poop, and I think that's kind of all we needed. Tastes like innocence. It's a level 20 item. Interesting as far as food. So it wouldn't have occurred to me that you might eat unicorn poop. So let's go ahead and put that away and put this back here. We didn't need the poop hammer. These guys have all kinds of attacks.
Is this the end of DeathSpank?
So it seems like we dropped some unicorn meat also. There's a bit of a unicorn. Yeah, and our awesome healing potions seem to be full heal potions. But we're not really getting any experience there. So we have an undeath sword, which would do almost as much damage as our default weapon. Our default weapon is still pretty weak. Yeah. Yeah, that's really not a lot of... Not really a good payoff for the amount of damage I took there. So what I want to do is run around in this section of the map and see if there's a treasure chest or something. By the looks of it, maybe. We're gonna have to just go and purchase a bunch of health up potions. Let's see. And I only have one horse. You need one horseradish sauce with each of those horseradishes, which that feels like that is just going to be a later quest item, or not a quest item at all, which is also a very distinct possibility. Let's see, is there a chest over here? Yes, there is. So So we're kind of accomplishing what we need to do, but I think I need to buy two or three more horseradish sauces and come back to this area and plant them to get more unicorn poop later. Kind of just in case. Like, I feel like that just in case would be justified. We're getting potions, but they're not potions to the awesome potions. They're potions to the other kind of... Let's see, so we've got just minor healing potions, which are kind of absolutely useless. And it would be weird, certainly, if the game required you to have a maximum of the minor potions before you started picking up other potions. And that's totally not true either, because we've definitely been able to get larger potion drops. So, 1, 2, and I don't see a reason to buy that. I'll buy an extra one. And then over here we can... Did we get rid of the poop hammer? Nope. We can put it back this way. We have a undeath sword that is way better than the other undeath sword, but we're still not going to really hold on to it or use it. And here we have minor crit potions, which can be sold, and density potions. We'll get rid of those. then I'll hold on to. Feels like there should be an awesome speed potion that we don't have any of. That seems a little weird too. Yeah. We'll buy one of these, 5 of these, because we've got nothing else to do with the money. And then 5 of these, because we've got nothing else to do with the money. And that still won't really affect our inventory much. I'll put the major health potions where the awesome health potions are. Sort out our inventory. Sell the minor health potions, because they're not going to be useful. I did have awesome speed potions, which tells me I should just sell these so that confusion doesn't happen again. We couldn't even eat this if we wanted to. But yeah, let's run back now to the unicorn area and see if unicorns are here. By the looks of it, these just reset and the unicorns respawn, so yeah, there's actually no good system here. And I think I've just aggroed them on me. So I think I'd probably have to run very far in this direction. These guys are just super aggro on me. So what if I was to kind of walk up here? I'd probably stop them from being aggro on me. Well, this one seems like it can go pretty far. Maybe they did that intentionally so that you could bait one to run towards you and not have to fight a large group of them. It kind of does make it seem like, though, that they are done. They're kind of done with the with this area. Yep. Okay, so we got 2 unicorn poops, and that's as much as we really, I think, need to do. And that's going to leave us with our side quest to turn in with the bit of unicorn, which will probably get us to level 20. And probably finally let these resistances go up. It's kind of ridiculous how underused the resistance system is, but that's true for a lot of these systems. Like, they really aren't getting used much.
Greetings, Wizard of Magic. I have the piece of unicorn you asked for. Is that okay?
A little cliche, to be honest, but I suppose that will have to do. Well, goodness alone isn't the answer. I need a piece of pure evil as well.
Will a bit of demon suffice, wizard?
Oh, good idea. You're so smart sometimes. I'll need a piece from a Dark Lord demon. None other will do.
I don't know where a Dark Lord demon is. though. I would suspect we have not fought any Dark Lord demons. So, I think what this does for us is it puts us in a situation where we're gonna have to talk it out between these two characters, and then we're gonna have to also figure out how to get onto the other side of Turtle Lake, which must involve going up more of a northern path up in that area. But there really can't be too much more to this game at this level. We're just on the verge of being rank 20. I doubt we would get it just by breaking barrels, because I don't think that gives us any experience. This area over here hasn't added any new pathways because we closed off the dam. I kind of thought that might happen. Let's see, is there... We have 72 burgers where we could, I think, pretty easily sell this and sell this. I'm not sure if I ever actually ate the mushrooms, but I don't think there's actually an achievement for eating one of each food. It feels like there should be, but I don't think there is. Yep. And we've not really used any of these abilities at all. Let's see. What have we used? We haven't used this, and we kind of haven't used this, and we kind of haven't used this.
I can't do that.
And then we haven't used this. And then we've gold keys. We kind of haven't used the cherry pits.
I can't combine those two things.
And we haven't used this. And we haven't used this. And the bag of orphans we know is important, where we know this is extra, and we know this is extra, and this is extra, and this is extra. Alright. Seems like there's a lot of room here for inventory space. It would have kind of made more sense to have the book of notes, instead of being a combination of several separate stories, be their own separate books, because then you just have 5 different books and that wouldn't be too much. Otherwise it seems fairly obvious that there's like 20 slots here. I don't know if that's in the thoughts that in the sequels you would just have more items, but it would kind of be silly not to clean out your inventory in between sequels also. We've done 91 quests. We still have 3 orphans to rescue. We are 20% faster in movement, armor up 2 levels. We haven't seen anything that indicates that we're going to be able to upgrade it to 3 levels. Almost certainly the next option we will get will be either increase your melee to 25% or increase your range damage to 20%. I think block might very well just stay at 10%. And it does kind of feel like we're only going to be able to get to level 20 anyway, so that means some of those hero cards are not going to be accessible at all. If our health right now is at 1700 and we're 19, even the unicorn poop as an item wouldn't fill our health to the maximum, and this awesome healing potion only does 1650 also. So I don't think our health is going to go any higher, so we probably have the best armor too, which you which is okay, but we purchased that armor with the massive amount of gold, which, yeah, how much do we have? $831,144. Just a very broken system. They could have easily divided that by 10, if not 100. Let's look at the stats before we wrap up here. According to this, we are 75% done with the game, which really indicates that we didn't accomplish as much as it would seem by doing the side quest and running around. And I kind of just assume that the percentage complete only goes up when we do finish quests. Is there any other number in all of these stats that's really worth mentioning? Not really. Not really, other than the money gained. $41 million. Yeah, that's way, way too high. Could have been 41,000 just as easily. And we kind of know that as far as sub-bosses go, there's probably only 2 left in the entire game. And maybe not even that many, because the way this looks like it works is 1 blue, ice, and this is undeath. So that's green. So See, this one is fire and fire. This one is ice. This one is undeath. This one is undeath. This one is undeath. This one is nature, and this one is nature. So seems like there's another ice and very probably another nature rune, and that's it. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.